A sparkling collection of videos from award-winning children's animator Michael Sporn are waiting for you on the Family Home Entertainment label.
It's wonderful, Mom.
First, from Bernard Waber, author of Lyle Lyle Crocodile, another best-loved book comes to video.
Ira, what are you doing here?
Ira sleeps over. Then, a literary treasure comes alive, set to wonderful music.
You can still read your books and dream, but you have to give real life some attention as well.
It's Robert Louis Stevenson's A Child's Garden of Verses.
Please play some more. It was so beautiful.
Told to the tunes of jazz great Fats Waller comes Jazz Time Tale.
Look, it's a red shoes, just like the ones I saw.
And a classic story becomes a modern-day favorite, The Red Shoes.
Shall I dance for you? Oh, yes.
There's more sweet enchantment with the Marzipan Pig, along with the wonderful, whimsical fun of Nonsense and Lullabies, poems for children, and Nonsense and Lullabies, nursery rhymes. Plus, overnight, he leapt to fame and fortune.
But frogs don't really dance, do they?
The story of the dancing frog. Watch for all of the musical, magical delights from award-winning animator Michael Sporn on video cassette from Family Home Entertainment.
A long time ago, and far away in Edinburgh, Scotland, a young boy named Robbie lived in an old house behind which there was a lovely flower-filled garden. Robbie's father was very rich. His mother was beautiful, and both of them loved him very much. So everything should have been just about perfect in Robbie's young life. But it wasn't. Sadly, Robbie had a very serious illness, a fever that he couldn't seem to get rid of. And so while other children went to school and played on the lawns of the houses all around his, Robbie had to spend all of his days alone, sickly, in bed.
Look, dear. Isn't it pretty? You can see down to the garden. All of the daffodils have just come out.
I can hear the children coming home from school. Wish I could go to school and play outside, like the others.
I wish you could too, dear. And you will, as soon as you're well again. Just a little time longer. You have your toy soldiers to play with. Why don't I fetch you a nice cup of tea? And perhaps a wee scone.
Thank you, Mama.
Alone in his lonely bedroom, Robbie played for hours every day with the toy soldiers spread out on the counterpane, or quilt. And I can remember him saying to himself, when I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head. And sometime for an hour or so, I watched my leaden soldiers go, with different uniforms and drills among the bedclothes through the hills, and sometimes sent my ships in fleets all up and down among the sheets, or brought my trees and houses out and planted cities all about. I was the giant great and still that sits upon the pillow hill and sees before him dale and plain, the pleasant land of counterpane.
I'm afraid you must be prepared for the fact that, well, Robbie may never get better.
Oh, no.
It'll be all right, dear. He's going to make it.
If he can just get through these next 2 or 3 months, build up his strength, get that fever down, then maybe.
Time for you to go to sleep, Robbie.
Yes, Papa. As soon as Mama reads me one more story about the wicked pirate captain
No. No more stories tonight, dear.
It's nearly 8 o'clock. Did you study your arithmetic today, son?
Well, no, Papa.
Robbie, if you don't keep up with your studies, you'll be so far behind the other children when you finally are able to go to school, you'll end up as the class dunce. Now, no more reading storybooks until you've caught up with your arithmetic.
Oh, Mama, I hate arithmetic, and
I know, Robbie. But your father is right. You can't avoid your studies.
But it's so boring.
You can still read your books and dream, but you have to give real life some attention as well. What goes on inside of you, in your imagination, in your heart, in your soul, is very important, and I wouldn't want you to lose that for the arithmetic, but...
You mean, Mama, would I pretend?
Yes, what you make pretend. It's the inner spirit, Robbie. It's very important.
The inner spirit?
Yes. The inner spirit can turn your bed into a boat and sleep into the land you're sailing away to. Do you understand?
Yes, Mama.
Good night, Robbie. I love you.
Good night, Mama. I love you too. My bed is like a little boat. My mother helps when I am far. She puts me in my sailor coat and starts me in the dark. At night I go on board and say goodnight to all my friends on shore. I shut my eyes and sail away and see and hear no more. And sometimes things too bad I take, as prudent sailors have to do. Perhaps a slice of wedding cake, perhaps a toy or two. All night across the dark we steer, but when the day returns at last, safe in my room beside the pier, I find my vessel fast.
Isn't it wonderful, Mrs. Duncan? Robbie is able to have his breakfast down here with us.
Yes, Mum, it is wonderful. It's wonderful, Mum.
And maybe later, he can even go out and play for a while in the garden.
Can I, Mama? Please, can I?
We'll see, Robbie, we'll see. You still have a bit of fever.
Now, should your toy be on the table?
Oh, no, my boat.
Oh, dear, your little boat. Sorry, Robbie.
When I grow up to man's estate, I shall be very proud and great. and tell the other girls and boys not to meddle with my toys.
Good morning. Good morning, Edna. Look, Robbie, what a nice surprise. It's your Aunt Edna come to visit you.
Hello, Aunt Edna. Now I really want to go out to play.
Do you have a kiss for your Aunt Edna, darling? How nice. And how nice to see you up and out of bed, Robbie.
Thank you, Aunt Edna.
Still, sick or well, you must keep in mind, boy. A child should always say what's true and speak when he is spoken to.
And behave manly at table, at least as far as he is able. Oh boy, hooray! Outdoors!
Robbie, don't overdo it, please.
Don't worry, Mama. I won't.
Now, Dr. Campbell says 1 hour at the most and no more. And of course, Robbie, you know, nothing too strenuous.
Yes, Mama. I know.
I'll be in my sewing room. How do you like to go up in a swing, up in the air so blue? Oh, I think it's the pleasantest thing that ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall till I can see so wide. Rivers and trees and cattle and all over the countryside. Till I look down on my own garden green, down on the roof so brown. Up in the air I go flying again. Up in the air I go flying again. Up in the air and down. Up in the air and down. Robbie, that's enough swinging. Not so strenuous, I said, please.
Yes, Mama. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. And what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me from the heels up to the head. And I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an Indian rubber ball, and sometimes he gets so little that there's none of him at all. He hasn't got a notion of how children ought to play, and he can only make a fool of me in every sort of way. He stays so close beside me, he's a coward, you can see. I'd think shame to stick to Mama as that shadow sticks to me. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepyhead, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed.
So happy I almost cried. Really. Seeing him on his swing again, just like other children.
Aye. But I hope that he didn't overdo it.
Oh, John, I'm afraid he might have. I think his fever's up again, and Dr. Campbell said...
Then he shouldn't be out of doors. Please, dear, keep him inside.
Yes, John. Of course you're right.
At evening when the lamp is lit, around the fire my parents sit. They sit at home and talk and sing, and do not play at anything. Now with my little gun I crawl, all in the dark along the wall, and follow around the forest track, away behind the sofa back. And near the river by whose brink the roaring lions come to drink. There in the night where none can spy, all in my hunter's camp I lie, and play at books that I have read, till it is time to go to bed.
Robbie, time for bed, boy.
Till it is time to go to bed.
Do you want me to take you up, dear?
Oh, I think the lad's old enough to go upstairs by himself, aren't you, son?
Yes, Papa.
Must we to bed indeed? Well then, let us arise and
Go like men. And face with an undaunted tread the long black passage up to bed. All round the house is the jet black night. It stares through the window pane. It crawls in the corners, hiding from the light, and it moves with the moving flame. Now my little heart goes beating like a drum, with the breath of the boogeyman in my hair. And all around the candles, the crooked shadows come and go marching along up the stairs. The shadow of the balustrade, the shadow of the lamp, the shadow of the child that goes to bed. Ah! All wicked shadows coming, thump, 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 with the black night overhead. Then when Mama goes by to bed, she shall come in with tiptoe tread, and see you lying warm and fast, and in the land of Nod at last.
I've got to get the doctor. I've got to get Dr. Campbell here right away.
Cold compresses, nurse. I said cold.
Yes, Doctor. Right away, Doctor.
Is he any better, Doctor?
No, I'm sorry. I'm afraid he's worse. And there's little we can do. Either the fever will break in the next few hours, or
Well, we can still hope.
that we can do.
scrambled eggs the robin sings in nests among the trees. The sailor sings of ropes and things and ships upon the seas. The children sing in far Japan, the children sing in Spain. The organ with the organ man is singing in the rain.
Well, Doctor?
Your son has a very strong will, and he is fighting very hard, but I'm afraid we'll know soon, one way or the other.
Doctor,
Yes, nurse, I'm coming.
At least the rain has stopped. That could be a good sign.
The moon has come out.
The moon has a face like a clock in the hall. She shines on thieves on the garden wall.
And on streets and field and harbor quays, and on birds asleep in the trees.
The squalling cat and the squeaking mouse. The howling dog by the door of the house.
The bat that lies in bed at noon, all love to be out by the light of the moon.
But all the things that belong to the day cuddle to sleep to be out of her way.
And flowers
and children close their eyes till up in the morning the sun shall rise.
The fever. The fever's broken. Robbie's going to be all right.
Robbie got well, and for good. And I should know, because that boy, you see, was me, Robert Louis Stevenson. And I grew up to be a writer of many books. I also wrote the words to the many poems you've just heard. Robbie, come along. Here are your books.
Hurry or you'll be late for school.
Oh, Mama, do I have to go to school? Mother, who was that man that was just standing over there by the cherry tree?
There was no man there, Robbie.
There wasn't. I thought there was.
It's that imagination of yours again. Was he a black-bearded pirate with a knife in his teeth?
The inner spirit?
The inner spirit.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, Robbie.
You too, my mother, read my rhymes for love of forgotten times. And you may chance to hear once more the little feet along the floor.